Russian Attack is a classic video game developed by and published by Konami for the Nintendo Entertainment System (NES). It was originally released in 1985 and quickly became a popular title among NES players. The game is set during the height of the Cold War, where the player assumes the role of highly skilled soldiers sent on a dangerous mission behind enemy lines. The objective is to infiltrate an enemy base and rescue captured American prisoners of war. As the player progresses through the game, they face a variety of challenging obstacles and enemies. The enemies include foot soldiers, snipers, helicopters, and tanks. The soldier is armed with a knife and can also acquire weapons such as grenades and flamethrower, which can be found along the way. The gameplay is a side-scrolling action platformer, which means that the player moves from left to right across different levels and must overcome enemies and environmental hazards. The controls are straightforward, allowing the player to run, jump, and attack enemies with their weapons. The knife is default weapon, and the player can perform close-range attacks to defeat enemies. However, the player must be cautious as enemies can attack from all directions. One notable aspect of Russian Attack is its challenging difficulty level. The game requires precise timing and skillful maneuvering to avoid enemy attacks and progress through the levels. There are multiple levels to complete, each featuring different enemy layouts and obstacles, including the final showdown with a formidable boss. Russian Attack appeals lies not only in its intense gameplay but also in its nostalgic charm. The game's graphics and sound effects capture the essence of the NES era, making it a beloved title among retro game enthusiasts. Overall, Russian Attack is a thrilling and action-packed NES game that offers a challenging experience for players. It combines precise platforming strategies, combat, and an intriguing Cold War setting, making it an exciting choice for gamers and collectors. There are some additional details about this game. Power-ups. Throughout the game, players can find power-ups that enhance their abilities. These power-ups include health restoring items, extra lives, and special weapons like rocket launcher, RPG, and machine guns. These power-ups provide temporary advantages and can help the player overcome tough challenges. Co-op mode. Russian Attack features a two-player co-op mode, allowing friends to join forces and tackle the enemy base together. This cooperative gameplay adds an extra layer of fun and strategy as players can coordinate their attacks and support each other during intense battles. Level design. The game offers a variety of levels with different themes and layouts. Players will navigate through enemy bases, snowy landscapes, and even a missile silo. Each level presents unique challenges, including tricky platforming sections, enemy ambushes, and well-guarded prison cells, where the American prisoners of war are held captive. Of course, there are different versions of that. I'm not playing that version now. Time limit. Russian Attack includes a time limit for each level, adding a sense of urgency to the gameplay. Player must complete the mission and rescue prisoners before the time runs out. This time constraint adds an additional layer of challenge and encourages players to move efficiently throughout the level. But of course, this version of the game doesn't have it. This is the American version. There is also a Japanese version that has a kind of hidden base. That's kind of like you can, in some levels that you can go underneath and collect some rewards and weapons and stuff. Cultural impact. Russian Attack is considered one of the iconic titles of the NES era. Its fast-paced gameplay, changing difficulty, and memorable theme music have made it a beloved classic among retro gaming enthusiasts. It has also been referred and featured in other media such as movies, TV shows, and even in other video games, solidifying his place in gaming history. There is also like a modern version of it that you can find on Xbox and other kind of consoles, but it's still not very young. It's still old one, but the graphic is good. I played a little bit of that, but this one could be compared with POW, Prisoners of Wars game that was on Nintendo, which is the closest game to this game. There are different versions that you can actually see. Very old arcade ones that it's called Green Bread or Green Bread. You can also pronounce it as it's like a French word. This is also a good one. In that game, you see like you go into submarines and you need to take care of some people who are planning to do a terrorist attack with nuclear weapons. So altogether, the game is very nice, entertaining, and difficult too, because it's very challenging. If you lose your life, then you will start from a little bit before that, and it is very challenging, especially if you're attacking the boss time, and when the bosses you are defeated on the boss level, then you start before that. I mean, when you're dealing with the boss, then you start before that, so you're not allowed to lose any lives, actually. And if you have like RPG or other kind of weapons, grenades and other things, then you will lose them as well. You will lose your life. But altogether, it's a very nice experience, cool music, and good versions of this music made on YouTube for those who like training and going to gym. You can usually find that.